Hello everyone, it's your old pal Fromark here, once again with another one of these Fromark Talks episodes. I hope you're all staying safe and doing well in these crazy unprecedented times, and I guess I'm doing alright. As you can see, the fro's slowly growing back. I'd give it a few more months and it'll be a fresh baked fro all the way out to like here or something. I had to pull an all-nighter because my work schedule was kind of readjusted this weekend. I got some much needed overtime, and unfortunately that meant that I had to leave work like super early in the morning, whereas I usually leave in the afternoon, so it was easier for me to stay up the entire night, and I just stayed up all night watching Futurama. And I just recently finished watching through The Simpsons, and I had a pretty good time with that. That took me a while to get through. That took me a little while to get through for sure, especially after you got past like all the good stuff, and all the newer stuff really just isn't for me. It's just not very good in my opinion. I feel like the last like really good Simpsons thing was the movie, and then everything after that's just mid, and even some stuff before that was mid. I want to say I enjoyed up until season 14, and then from there, a lot of episodes just started becoming more hit and miss, and I thought the movie was pretty good, and I mean, it's not bad, it's just a lot of the stuff after the movie is just really forgettable in my opinion, and doesn't really stand out to me. So now that I'm done with that, I've just been working my way through Futurama, and that's a show I always liked. I still remember the first episode I seen back in like 2004 when it was still on Adult Swim, and I was staying over at one of my friends' houses at the time, and I just stayed up all night watching Adult Swim, and the one episode that was on there was the one about the giant ball of garbage. But I have all kinds of neat all-nighter stories. I actually like pulling all-nighters, even if I end up usually being like really exhausted by the end of them. It takes me back to a time like during my summer vacations when I was younger, and I would always stay up all night. Like, not always, but every summer I'd try to see how many nights I could stay up. Not in a row, but just here and there. Some of my better memories were back in the day, just staying up and listening to the Bob and Tom show on the radio, and watching the sun rise on a new day. And if my second wind kicked in and I had enough energy, I'd just go and do a bunch of cool stuff like bike rides. And I recently just got my bike updated and fixed for the season. I had to get new brake pads as the last ones rusted out, and that was just no good. Can't really enjoy bike rides with no brakes. I mean, I've been able to with bikes in the past, but I would much rather have a good set of brakes. And so I did my first good bike ride of the year last week. Hopefully there's many more to come this year. But I thought I would go ahead and film a Fromark Talks before I went into the gym, and I got me a little bit of energy this morning. I'm rocking an orange Celsius, which I'm not trying to advertise for Celsius, I just think they're really good. I think they're neat. I enjoy an energy drink from time to time, and it's usually a Celsius, mostly just because they sponsor my favorite NASCAR driver, AJ Allmendinger. But there's a lot of things like that I enjoy because they sponsored NASCAR drivers at one point. Like Amp Energy, I used to drink those because of Dale Jr. I used to, I'm sure there's some other ones. I'm just drawing a blank right now, but there are plenty of products I can think of where it's like, yeah, I tried that because of a NASCAR driver. Oh, 5 Hour Energy, that's one, because they used to sponsor Clint Boyer. Oh, and I think I got into Coca-Cola Zero when they started sponsoring races. And I think it's kind of funny that I have Progressive Insurance because they just started sponsoring a driver. Of course, it's a driver I don't like. I've never really been a Denny Hamlin fan. And I was kind of joking with people the other day. It was like, yeah, my insurance just went up a couple of dollars this cycle because my insurance contract just renewed, and I'm thinking, I wonder if that's to help cover the sponsorship. But yeah, getting that little bit of overtime from work is really gonna help me out. Maybe I can get a couple of much needed things done to the car, and maybe I can start saving some money back again, because I've been draining my bank account these last few weeks, just trying to keep paying bills. I had my first batch of property taxes to pay, and those were a little pricey. Damn speeding ticket I got, and yeah, I admit, I do like to get a little bit heavy with the gas pedal sometimes, and I need to be more careful and pay more attention to that. I mean, it's my first ticket in 5 years, but I will be honest with you, I feel like I probably should have gotten plenty more at this point. But it's kind of weird how it works, how when I do go the speed limit, it's like everybody's passing me and doing zoomies, but whenever I drive fast, everybody's going like slow. And I drive the complete opposite at night, because ever since I had that wreck with the deer, I've just been super careful about how I drive at nighttime, and I actually drive under the speed limit, and I have a friend who does that, and I feel like I understand why now. But yeah, my entire life I've had sleep issues though, where sometimes I can stay up all night, and sometimes it's just really hard to go to sleep, and I even take sleep medication. And fun fact, I used to take sleep medication when I was younger as well. I also used to take like this ADHD medicine, which like really kind of screwed up my brain and made me realize for the first time that I have some depression issues, which even to this day I still kind of battle. I'm doing alright right now. I still have plenty of energy, and I plan on hitting the gym as soon as possible, probably when I get this video done. And then there's some other fun times that I remember staying up all night and going to Warped Tour, which was like the first big concert I went to in 2016. I remember going and staying up all night after work, and me and my friend AJ drove to Cincinnati for that, and that was a really good time. And then there's been times where staying up all night kind of clouds my judgment a little bit, and I remember one time I pulled an all-nighter and went to the flea market and bought a complete inbox Link to the Past, and I wish I still had that. I wish I still had a Super Nintendo, but maybe one of these days I'll reacquire one. And I'm still cooking up some good things over here on the channel, don't worry folks. I know there's been a gap in the Fromark Plays playthroughs recently, but behind the scenes I just got a big batch of Let's Plays ready to go, so there'll be plenty of things to feast on in the coming weeks and even months on the channel. And of course I'll do more Fromark talks this year. I want to do another yard video before too long, because this past week I decided to take the yard cleanup project off my priority list. There's not really much left to do over there other than get rid of the house and have somebody cut down a bunch of trees, and then I can start getting my own place built over there and paying off all these bills that I owe, like the property loan that I had to take out and all that good stuff. But yeah, it feels good to finally have most of that done, and it's nice to be able to sit back finally after 2 years of hard work and see how far along everything came together, and it just looks really good over there, and I feel good about my work. I can't wait to live over there someday. And then on a bit of a down note, I was thinking, and I've been reflecting a lot these past couple of weeks, because last week was the 10-year date of the anniversary of when my best friend got tragically killed in a freak lawnmower accident, and I still think about him all the time. And he was truly my best friend, and he was good to all of his friends. He was good people, and I feel like he'd be proud of me to see how far along I've gotten in the yard and my life. But he would definitely scold me for some of the dumber things I do, and he is greatly missed. And I wouldn't be who I am without him or his dad, who after my friend passed away, his dad kind of took me under his wing a bit and was kind of like a mentor, and helped me get my driver's license, helped me get my first car, helped me get my first job, and just kind of stepped in and did a lot for me when I needed it. And I think me being around helped him a little bit with getting a real awesome son. But yeah, to me it's just kind of crazy to think that it's already been 10 years, which means it's coming up on 10 years since I graduated high school, because it seemed like a lot of stuff started to change and happen around that point. And I mean, I've done alright keeping up with a lot of the changes. Like I said, I miss my best friend. In fact, there's plenty of people out there that I don't talk to anymore who aren't my friends anymore, and there's plenty of people that I miss. But life goes on, and sometimes things happen. But yeah, since I'm quite tired, I felt like it was a good idea to put on my new sunglasses, maybe cover up my tired eyes a little bit. They're not too bad, but still, I just wanted to show off the new sunglasses. I probably look a little bit silly in this episode, but oh well. But well, anyways, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video and get ready to do my gym workout for the day before I completely run out of energy. This will probably be the last big thing I do for the day. But I wanted to go ahead and get this episode out of the way because I felt like I had a good feeling about this episode. I felt like it was gonna get pretty good with me being on a lack of sleep, which means I can easily just ramble on and not think twice about it. When I'm really tired, I can just go off into different tangents and just trail off into conversation, and it's a lot easier for me to do. I will go ahead and end the video though, and this is Fromark as always, and I hope you all stay safe, and I will see you in whatever it is I do next. See ya, folks.